Yeah, good evening. Disappointing effort. Credit Marquette for playing connected on both sides of the ball, sharing the ball, shooting the ball. Um, I thought we started the game solid, executing what we wanted to do defensively. And then it was lost within the flow of the game. You know, Taking away threes from shooters, you know, was what we should have been able to do. We didn't. And was really disappointed with that in the first half. Non Trey Norman and Stevie Mitchell threes, non Stevie Mitchell and Trey Norman, and wanted to take away threes from the other guys, and um, and obviously our defensive rebounding, in the first half especially was very disappointing. And but a credit to Marquette, they play really well.
Yeah, three-point shooter, like Marquette came in at 32% on the year. How surprised were you that they put up 41 attempts from the ball range?
Well, despite Joplin say it was he's 29%. Despite his percent, we know he's a great shooter. Cam Jones is a great shooter. Ben Gold's a great shooter. Chase Ross, Zay Lowry, Royce, Demarius, they play shooters most of the time and they take good shots. We thought, with our sagging off of, Norman and Mitchell, we could disallow threes from some of those other guys, but we were still helping for whatever reason when we were content with Mitchell and Lowry playing one-on-one. So they got threes that way. They got threes from some failed switches or communication and pick and pop situations. Marquette ghosts a lot of screens. But again, I mean, it was a possession where they just played harder. They played harder. And then the game favors the team that plays the hardest. I mean, it was a possession. They got like 2 or 3 offensive rebounds and just know a three is going to go in. And then it ended up being a transition block that led to a three. We got to get I got to get our guys playing harder. The guys we have, we got to get them playing harder.
Just that little test that what was your perspective on that?
Yeah, Ryan Mila, he got competitive late. He was guarding the kid O'Malley really hard, and he forced a steal, and he barked something at him, which he shouldn't do. He shouldn't do. If you're going to do that, do it in minute 1 against Cam Jones, not in the last 44 seconds. And I was going to coach Mila on that. I think their coaches had words for Mila, which you don't do. We talk to our players, you talk to your players, and then the benches kind of exchange words. We have a ton of respect for this program, for Shaka. But we talk to our players, you talk to yours.
Can you talk about your decision to give Daniels extended minutes tonight?
Yeah, we love him. We love him. He brings it every single day. And as we see guys, older guys, not bringing it, it's like, what are we doing? What are we doing watching you not play hard? He's a scholarship level player. And I've wrestled with doing it earlier in the season. He brings it every day. He's a really good player.
Kim, obviously you went to your bench early and often. You just didn't see. I heard what you just said with Milovan while you played him. You just didn't see what you were looking for from the older guys.
Yeah, we looked tired early. Which I don't know why. We had a week off and they were playing harder than us. So I don't know why we looked tired, but we did. You can see it in our transition sprints. You can see it in, man, we had some opportunities in transition early. We threw the ball out of bounds, which is disappointing. A team against a team this good, you have to take and capitalize on the opportunities that the game gives you. We didn't. Yeah, didn't have it.
Second half, not to see Bensley much when you guys really, really weren't scoring. Is that just more upset with his defense?
Yeah, upset with defense, upset with box outs, upset with shot readiness, upset with execution. Yeah.
Kim, is it fair to say that Milovan's got a meaningful role going forward with this group?
Possibly. Right now, it's day to day. It's day to day. the guys that give the most effort, the most consistent effort. And, as we try to finish this 3-game stretch going into New York as best we can to give ourselves a chance to go on a run. And just have not brought it on the road this season. It's disappointing. Yeah, and before you can win, you need to eliminate losing. And we didn't.
Obviously, we saw Corey back tonight. Just talk about his level of progression to get back on the court.
Yeah, I thought he had some good practices. He said he had some really good practices. He played hard, but he had some rust, obviously, after having 3 games off, a couple weeks off. He was tired. He tried. We love Corey. We love him to death. We'll go down. As this season has went on, it's been about really finding guys that we could lose with. Corey's a guy we can lose with. He had some misfortune on some plays. He'll learn and get better from. Obviously, 6 turnovers is very uncharacteristic of him. He'll be better.
Kim, was it not knowing the scouting report as much in the first half with the 3-pointers? I know you said you wanted to stay away from other guys, and the switching was obviously confusing.
Well, on a couple of them, I thought we did a really good job. They don't screen often. They don't really set ball screens. They slip out of, ghost out of, whatever you want to call, out of a lot of ball screens. We gave up a couple off of those. But a lot of them were just off of mindless plays in gaps, helping on Mitchell or Norman, which we're guarding him with Oswin, who's 5 feet away. You don't need to be helping. You don't need to be in the gap unless the ball's on the sideline and you're the low man. 1 pass away, threes when they're being assisted by Mitchell is just like you got nothing for it. You got nothing for it. It's just not the game plan, not what we want to do. Again, Norman threes, Mitchell threes. That's on us. That is on us. That's not how they beat you. But Ben Gold to get off 5, David Joplin 6, Cam Jones 8, Lowry 3, Royce Parham 4. That's a problem. And our 3-point defense has been pretty good, for the season. I don't know where we are, 31 or 32% on the season, but tonight it definitely was not good.
Kim, just how about the timeliness of some of the turnovers that you had tonight, particularly like into the first half / probably a few minutes into the second half, you had a chance maybe to push back and just, things not breaking your way.
Yeah, you could see it coming. It was bad passes to guys' ankles, passes on the sideline, right out of bounds. Just, you got to attack pressure with pressure. We talked about that. You thought we worked on it good enough. We obviously didn't. And it's three out of the last 4 times we played them. They've got us pretty good.
And you had said after the last 2 games that leading up to Villanova, leading up to Georgetown, that you had sensed in practice, hey, we put in the work, so we felt like we were going to earn the result. How did you feel about the practices leading up into this game?
Yesterday's practice was solid. It was better in the half court. The defense was better in the half court. But, when you get to the game, the going up and down changes. We played about 3 or 4 3-minute games, and it was solid. It wasn't bad as our prep going into Georgetown. But the slippage was real tonight. We got to get ready. Got to get ready to go back home and play the 2-time national champs. Got to get better. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.